You're watching WKBN 27 First News, where your news comes first. Now, in high definition.
Well, cold and flu season is here, and going to the doctors could mean purchasing a list of cold and cough medications.
Well, maybe. What's really in those medicines that make doctors recommend them? Dr. Sevilla is here with us this morning to tell us a little bit about the medicines that doctors order or not. How often do you tell people to rely on those over-the-counter medications?
I get that question a lot because, especially before people see me, they say, you know, what kind of stuff can I get in the pharmacy? Most adults get about 2 or 3 cough and colds a year, but kids can get up to 4 times that amount, and people have to be very careful about getting some of these over-the-counter medicines.
What are some of the things that you really need to watch out for when you go to the pharmacy to pick up these over-the-counter things?
Well, especially for adults, if people do have underlying medical problems like high blood pressure, some of these cough and cold medicines can interfere with those, and some of those cough and cold medicines in the pharmacy are marked for people with high blood pressure or with medical problems, so that's good to look out for.
Yeah, you said one in particular has like a little heart on it. It will tell you, I think it's the chlorocidin, if I remember correctly, because I know my husband with the high blood pressure, he goes for those type things. And how does it matter how much you take? Because some people, once they get a cold, they get that Benadryl or whatever, and they're religious every 4 hours. That, should you try to stretch it to 6? Should you try to take it maybe 2 times a day rather than the 4 that you could technically get in there?
Most people, they don't like taking any medicines at all, but if they do, just follow the recommendations, you know, on the bottle or on the box, and try to take as little medication as possible.
As you have to.
And you said, you were telling us, some of the best advice is to just sort of let it run its course for the most part, instead of taking all those things to put them into your system. Is that right?
Yeah, most cough and colds are caused by viruses, and you know, antibiotics don't help. And if you look at the studies, these over-the-counter medicines, they really don't make the cough and colds go faster. It just makes people feel a little bit better.
Feel a little better, get through it. So there are other ways you can get through it, coughs and colds, without the medications. Can you give us some ideas?
Well, the main thing is to keep well hydrated. You know,
so drink water.
Drink water, and if you do have a fever above 100.5 or 101, you can use fever medicines like Tylenol or ibuprofen, those type of things. And the best thing too is careful hand washing, you know, to help prevent the spread of some of these cough and colds.
Do humidifiers work? Because a lot of parents, and even you know, even as an adult, I've stuck a humidifier in my room to get things going. If you can't, you know, if you're having trouble at night, especially sleeping, does it work?
It does help with symptoms. It doesn't make things go faster, but I have a lot of my patients do that too, and it does help them get through the night.
How do you know when it's more serious than what you think than a cough or a cold?
You hear about people with walking pneumia. When do you know when you've had enough?
Temperature is a big thing, and if you start to have other symptoms like if a loss of appetite, especially in kids, they start to have a lot of vomiting and diarrhea symptoms. Those are the type of things to call your doctor about.
So it's beyond a cold, it's beyond a cough. You see a little bit more.
That's right.
Okay.
And you really have to be careful when you do have young children with some of these things. You can't give them a lot of the Robitussin and stuff like that when they're real young.
Yeah, the FDA had a recommendation a couple years ago. Kids under the age of 4 should not be given any of these medicines, and especially kids, they go downhill faster than adults. So if they're not getting any better quicker, call your doctor right away.
Yeah, get into the doctor. All right, thanks, Dr. Sevilla, for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.